Hello everyone, welcome aboard. Doing this first bit from my car because I'm in a car park and I'm a little bit self-conscious when I'm doing the sort of vlogging bits to the camera, but I've got quite a bit of time down south at the moment doing a few duties with work, and I've managed to get a day off. And my day off was going to turn into having to drive back up north and change vehicles with my wife, but we don't have to do that anymore, which is good. So I've driven to the Chilterns, which is a sort of a raised sort of finger of land. One sort of side you've got Oxfordshire, the other side you've got Berkshire with Maidenhead and Reading and those sort of places. But it's absolutely stunning. It's very, very forested in many areas. It doesn't rise to a particular high elevation, but there's lots of lovely hills, deep gullies, and I've cycled around here a lot and it really is fantastic. So I've just come here, and just in case it happened, I bought a little sort of day sack with some essentials, and I've got a new cooker to try out. Someone sent me one for what I thought was doing them a very, very small favour, but very kindly sent me a little cooker to try out, which I'll give a go. I've bought a dehydrated meal with me, one that I made that is now 5 years old. So this may be the last little presentation you see from me. Hopefully not. I've kept it in the freezer, so that should be a little bit better for the life expectancy on it. Never mind. Right, what have I got with me? Little day sack. I bought my out-in espresso maker and some coffee, so I'll have a coffee en route. And as I said, my dehydrated meal. I've got just my shorts on. It's in and out of the weather, but I've got a jacket. So I've got about a 4-mile walk planned. I'm really hungry, so I'll get into the forest, get hidden from surprisingly quite a lot of people, considering the lane I had to drive down to get here. But nevertheless, I'm here. Get into the woods, get hidden, and get some lunch made. Well, I'm on the way. Can't really seem to get away from aircraft noise. It's a pain in my life, but there you go. It's about a 4.5 mile walk, taking in one of the little villages that I told you about, and well, once I'm away from the sort of car park area, I'll just disappear into the woods, and I'm absolutely starving. It's another bonus about coming to this part of the country. Look at that. Stock up on a bit of flint. And this weird. Strange. This is the new stove. It's the MSR Pocket Rocket 2 mini stove kit. Let's take a look at it. It literally came, been really busy, put it on the shelf, time to open it up. Looks like you get, oh, I always like it when you get a measuring cup with graduations on it. 360ml, which is 12-ounce capacity. It's a really small bit of kit, you can just see by the size of my hand. And in it you get what appears to be a stove without an igniter. However, I have a way around that. Phew. My heart sank then just for a minute. In there probably just a little bit of do's and don'ts. So good bit of fire lighting material. So there's a anodized, it's 0.8 litre mug with a sort of rubberized ring around there for, I guess, picking it up. Nice little top with strainer and a spout that goes on. Got a little bag that comes with it, and I believe with the stove bit. Yeah, underneath there you get a more do's and don'ts, but you get a pot lifter as well. So let's put it together. Pretty standard, just these nice little pot supports with kind of knurled bits on them to stop the, not so great on a pot like this, a little bit better when you've got the ones with the heat exchangers on the bottom, but I'll make sure I put it on a decent, this surface of this punk wood tree is really very stable, so bit of gas, and listen, that seems to work. Actually the punkiness of the tree means you can actually almost bury the gas cylinder in it and make a really stable surface there. So there she is. This is a chicken korma made almost 5 years ago to the day, top left hand corner if you want to get the recipe. Dehydrating your own food is just brilliant, you know exactly what's gone into it, and yeah, I've kept it frozen for 5 years and made sure it was thoroughly dehydrated. It has got, as I say, chicken in it. Hopefully I dehydrated it and got all the moisture out, otherwise I'll be in, where am I closest to? Oxford, John Radcliffe Hospital will be taking a look at me this evening, but let's give it a go. Alright, and traditionally what I do is just put enough water on that covers it, and I'll just leave it for a few minutes, and whilst I'm doing that I'll make a coffee using the out-in. So I'm just putting enough water in there to cover it and leave a few bits sort of sticking out. And that, I'm not going to get too scientific about it, but that usually works for me. So this is my method of trying to light this stove. If not, I'll just have to use this Soto stove. But this definitely has an igniter on it. So I'm going to try and ignite one stove off the other. Yes! I'm really pleased that Soto stove did its job there. Always good to have a spare knocking around. It's one of my favourite stoves. I will use it again, but it's about time I got this MSR fired up. I reduced it to a really low heat because what I want that dehydrated meal to do is rehydrate at the same time as it's getting hot. So I've got it as low as possible. I'll keep looking. It looks like it's almost boiling already. I hope not. But yeah, let's get a coffee on the go. I know I went on about it, but this reservoir here, it actually boils the water, and you can charge the thing up USB-C there, and that's the, you can either put boiling water on, in which case you get loads more for your battery power, obviously because it makes the extraction, it doesn't have to heat the water up before the extraction, but I just put a bit of cold water in and let it do its thing. It is balancing now. There's a lovely shot of espresso with a bit of milk. Cheers everyone, good to be out. Can you hear that? Now I know what that is. I'm hoping I know what it is. Not a crow. See if you can tell me in the comments section what bird you think that was. I might be wrong, but I think it is what I think it is, if you know what I mean. A lot of comments on that out-in espresso maker were, God, would I really take something like that out on a camp? Yeah, I'm just doing a few miles, and I love decent coffee. You can get pretty good coffee just from coffee bags, sachets, that sort of thing, but it's a bit special, and this is a really, really lovely kind of boost to the energy levels as well. Great. Turns out it's a table for two. But I brought that korma up to a very, very slow boil and just let it simmer for about 5-10 minutes. And I'm just going to take it off now, put the lid on and just let that settle whilst I attempt a mini naan bread. And luckily I remembered to bring my titanium plate, so I might just use that as a sort of little griddle to try out heating up a mini naan, and that'll just make the curry complete. Bollocks. Ta-da! I was going to pour that into there, but I might want another one of these naans and I don't want to get the pan messy. But yeah. So, don't want to tip it out, but 5-year-old chicken korma. Really good. When you make your own dehydrated meals, you can't get as sophisticated as you can with these amazing freeze-dried meals. Literally you put the water in and you then don't have to keep it heated, you just keep it sort of either wrapped up or around your body or something whilst it rehydrates. When you do it yourself, I do find that if you do it that method, it still ends up with a bit of a crunch to it. So I'd always try and cook it in a pot with a decent sort of simmer time. But for that little sacrifice, really, well, I suppose a vague inconvenience, you know, I made this from scratch and it is really, really delicious. And I'm forgetting to eat it with a bit of naan, so there we go. Brilliant. I wasn't going to come out. It was just one of those too difficult. It's too difficult. And if I came out, I wasn't going to film because, although I love doing the YouTube channel, sometimes time is of the essence. And those of you that don't have YouTube channels won't appreciate that every time you do something, you're just altering a camera angle, filming it, and then sort of planning on how you're going to be talking and doing the cutaways to the shot and so on. And so I reckon rather than a normal day out takes 2.5 times longer if you make a YouTube video, because you stop, start, getting all the debris away so it looks nice in the shot, says he checking. But it's just once I, you know, just get the go and go, right, go on, pull yourself together, go and do it. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying sharing it with you. I know you're not here, but I just feel that you know, I've got 11,900 of you sharing the curry with me, and that's great. So I'll get on with this, probably cook another naan, get on with the walk, and we'll go to the mystery film location. Oh, delicious. First clue. Oh, can you guess? Don't think I'll leave any clues. Most of you will know anyway. Anyway, most of you that are anything even borderline on my vintage will know from the famous film. Well, the scene from the famous film. Right, just more woodland walking for me. Back to my car. I've got a sort of a round route past this village and over the tops and back down. Well, I'm nearly back, and what an absolutely brilliant walk it's been. Learned so much there. Well, the main thing is, if in doubt, there's no doubt, get out. Well, I think I'll have that as a catchphrase. If in doubt, there's no doubt, get out. Brilliant, that's mine. Can't give you the 2 thumbs up, I'm afraid, because I'm obviously holding my camera here. But please like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. That is really important. 11,900 odd subscribers. Let's try and get to 12,000, please. That would be brilliant. And so, it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him. See you later. Excuse me.